Hello guys and welcome to my channel. I know I haven't made the video in a while, but anyway, I wanted to kind of show you what Russia looks like right now. So, in these kind of difficult times, I am going to say that I myself am for world peace, just to make my official position clear. I hope that there is peace all over the world, and that's as far as I'm gonna say. So I'm simply going to show you what things look like right now, and you guys can make conclusions just based on what you see. You can make different conclusions on whatever your opinion is, but I think it would be just interesting to see. And I have to say that things look normal for the most part. Despite everything that's going on, things look normal. People go about their day. So I've been watching this channel on YouTube, I think, with this woman from Spain, and she moved to Spain from California. And I have to say that my experience is very similar to hers, because I also moved from California to Europe. I mean, this is still Europe right here. And despite, I'm not in Spain, and there is no, conflicts in Spain or anything, but despite all of the conflicts in Russia, things are still, this is, by the way, a supermarket. Things are still much better here than they were ever in California. There's still no homeless people here. There's still no drug addicts, no camps or tents. Despite everything that's going on, I have not seen a homeless person, I don't know in how long. I think there's actually more homeless people in Spain than there is in Russia. And I'm not like, you have to realize that you have to separate everything that's going on with the conflict and with the country. Because those are two separate things. Politics is one thing, regular life is another thing. What I like about Russia is the way regular life is here, and I'll show you a little bit more. I like these streets, I like these shops, I like how, everything looks. I like the fact that I can walk around. See, I'm walking. See, I'm not taking a car. I don't have to drive. I like the layout of this. I'll show you a little bit. This is Soviet housing, by the way, apartments. So, while I may not like everything that's going on with the politics, you have to separate that with, other things. And you have to realize that I'm also not free to say everything that I maybe want to say or can say. You have to realize that there's really not that much freedom of speech in Russia, but despite this lack of freedom of speech, I can live without this freedom of speech. While it would be nice to have freedom of speech, I realize that you can't have everything in life. So if I can have other things like good food, I'm willing to forego certain things. And Russia is not the only place where there is no freedom of speech. For example, if you go to Saudi Arabia, you can talk bad about, the leadership of Saudi Arabia, the king, but that doesn't mean that you can't enjoy, Saudi Arabian food or, whatever. So, you have to take all that with a grain of salt. And a lot of times, people act like Russia is the only place where certain freedoms are not granted. Well, as if America had a lot of freedom. Try in America to say something that you're not allowed to say, and you'll get, or in California, you'll get decimated. To the point where you will never be able to hold a job, and your career will be ruined. So it's just different things. For example, in America, you can say that you don't like Biden, or Biden is stupid, but there are other things that you can't say. But anyway, And my problem also was with California. I hated California. But look at the Soviet housing. The reason why there's no homeless people in Russia is because commie blocks. Look at the commie blocks. You might hate them. I would rather live in commie blocks than live in a tent outside in California. And just me. Maybe there's some people who would prefer to live in a tent. If you like living in a tent, comment below. I don't. So, and another thing why I'm here is because this is my homeland. I was born here. I speak the language, and this is where I come from. It's like, I grew up here, so, why wouldn't I live here? Why not? Why not, as Borat would say. Here I'll show you a little bit of, Soviet housing again. Here you see grandmas, and like I've been watching Bold and Bankrupt, and I'm not as, like, Bold and Bankrupt would probably talk to these babushkas who would sit there, but I'm still too shy. Maybe at some point I will talk to them. But see, housing right here, there's air conditioners and all that, and this whole street is accessible to shops, rail line, the typical European crap. I've seen, like, I don't know how many videos talk about not just bikes and all that, about the European way of life, where you can, walk to everywhere, and that's the thing that I enjoy. The urban layout is much better here, so much more convenient. Like, I don't like driving personally, and I just, it's been discussed a lot, but a system based on driving doesn't work, and it's the system in Canada and all that. But anyway, you guys, it's been 7 minutes. Let me make this thing 8 minutes long, because I think it needs to be for ads. Okay, so here's more Soviet housing. See, if you notice people sitting at benches, there's some more people. The reason why people do that in Russia is because it's a way to socialize. You sit in front on a low bench, you talk, you get to know your neighbors. And especially for older people, it's a way to, because older people can be lonely, and they have good friends, they have friends in their apartment building or whatever. And see, like, look at this street, look how nice it is, look how beautiful, look at this paradise. That's the thing that I like about Russia and Europe. Even Russia, I don't think even this is very Eastern European, this type of a thing. Anyway, if you guys like more stuff about Russia, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.